Musk's DOGE gains access to Medicare, Medicaid data systems. Live updates. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has gained access to key data systems within health and human services, including Medicare and Medicaid records, as it looks for waste and fraud in federal health spending. DOGE is working with senior officials at the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, to review spending and efficiency. The team has visited CDC offices and accessed databases on federal health contracts. Musk has said it's where the big money fraud is happening. Trump insists Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security won't be cut unless abuse is found. During this morning's national prayer breakfast, Trump urged lawmakers to refocus on bringing religion back into American life. We have to bring religion back. We have to bring it back much stronger, Trump said while speaking inside Statuary Hall at the U.S. Capitol. It's one of the biggest problems that we've had over the last fairly long period of time. We have to bring it back. In addition to his remarks on religion, Trump announced he has signed an executive order to establish a new national park dedicated to honoring the nation's greatest figures. We're going to be honoring our heroes, honoring the greatest people. It would be called the National Garden of American Heroes, Trump said, suggesting that some members of Congress could be included in the recognition. President Donald Trump's recent executive orders, including a federal hiring freeze and a mandate for remote federal employees to return to in-office work, have raised concerns about potential delays in tax refunds during the 2025 tax filing season. With the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, processing about 140 million tax returns annually and issuing refunds averaging $3,100 per filer, even minor slowdowns could affect millions of Americans. Will Trump's executive orders affect IRS tax filing season? One of Trump's latest executive orders places an indefinite hiring freeze across federal agencies, including the IRS. This means new jobs at the agency cannot be filled, and job offers extended to employees set to start after February 8 have been rescinded. Another executive order requiring federal employees working remotely to return to the office could accelerate early retirements at the IRS, further straining staffing levels. The hiring freeze also prevents the IRS from replacing workers lost to retirement. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has the authority to lift the hiring freeze, but he has given no indication that he plans to do so. With fewer employees available to process returns, taxpayers may experience longer wait times for refunds. Elon Musk shared on X that, with the support of Trump, the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, team will work to implement rapid safety upgrades to the U.S. air traffic control system. This comes in the wake of a recent failure in the FAA's primary aircraft safety notification system, which was down for several hours. Secretary Sean Duffy also confirmed the news, stating that DOGE is set to assist in upgrading the aviation system. President Donald Trump recently commented on the importance of faith in shaping the American story, citing historical figures like George Washington, John Winthrop, and Roger Williams. In line with these remarks, Trump announced that he has signed an executive order to restart the process of creating a new national park. The park will feature statues of some of the greatest Americans in history, further celebrating the country's legacy and values. On CNN this morning, former FBI senior intelligence advisor and former CIA counterterrorism officer Philip Mudd shared his insights on several critical topics, including the Department of Justice's ongoing investigation into FBI agents involved in January 6 cases, CIA workforce buyouts, and the recent White House order for the CIA to send out an unclassified email listing recently hired employees. Mudd expressed concern over the potential security risks of exposing the real names of new CIA hires, noting how foreign intelligence agencies, particularly China, could exploit this information. "You just gave the Chinese a gift," he said, explaining how seemingly innocuous data could be used in combination with other publicly available information to target CIA personnel. On the topic of CIA buyouts, Mudd was skeptical, remarking that offering incentives to leave the agency would likely face resistance from employees, who are often driven by a sense of mission rather than financial gain. He warned that the move could hurt future recruitment efforts, particularly given the difficulty of attracting talent willing to relocate to Washington, D.C., and serve in high-stakes intelligence roles. The Office of Personnel Management, OPM, informed around 2 million federal workers last week that they could take deferred resignations, allowing them to resign while still receiving pay through September. According to a source familiar with the matter, More than 40,000 workers have already accepted the offer. Today marks the deadline for federal employees to decide whether to take the package. Trump will attend the National Prayer Breakfast on Thursday morning, continuing a long-standing tradition of presidents participating in the event. He is set to deliver remarks in Statuary Hall at the Capitol before heading to the Washington Hilton, where the annual gathering takes place. The event, which brings together lawmakers, faith leaders, and dignitaries, has been a fixture in Washington for more than 70 years. Every president since Dwight D. Eisenhower has spoken at the breakfast. Ivanka Trump used money from the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, to record equipment for a White House event, USAID documents show. Newsweek has contacted representatives of Ivanka Trump for comment via email. The revelation that Ivanka Trump's initiatives used USAID funds for events comes at a time when the agency itself is facing increased scrutiny. With discussions underway about potentially shutting down USAID or significantly restructuring its budget, how the agency allocated its funds, especially during the Trump administration, is under the microscope. It comes amid the Trump administration's drive to end all diversity, equality, and inclusion (DI) initiatives across the federal government, with Trump issuing an executive order on his first day in office ordering a sweeping dismantling of the federal government's diversity and inclusion programs. Republicans have claimed that money allocated towards DI by USAID is wasteful. According to USAID documents, Ivanka Trump used over $11,000 from the department in 2019 to buy video recording and reproducing equipment for a White House event. The documents show $11,539 was to use by Trump in November 2019 to purchase software, CDs, tapes, and records. The purchase was approved by Jennifer Healy, who was serving as USAID Deputy Chief of Staff at the time, and the Administrator's Office. It is not clear which White House event the equipment was used for.